Disney countdown now. The thing used to be so long, right, Esme? It used to be so long, and now we officially only have 18 days left, but today is Esme's day. So go ahead, Esme. No, it's Esme's day because it has an E there, Bubby. You get to throw it out. Pull.
Mommy.
And there we go. And then you give it to Bruno, and then Bruno goes and he throws it out. It's kind of in our system so that there's no fights, right? Go ahead, come down. There we go. And then this little guy goes right back on this little guy. Thank you, sir. All right, you guys, we are up. Kids are ready, and I just have to get their water bottles. Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Say hi.
Hi, guys. Hi, guys.
Just have to get their water bottles ready so that we can go on this walk. We're not going to do much of a long walk today. We're genuinely just going to do like at least half a mile. If we get to a mile, perfect. We currently live in a pretty big development, so hopefully we can at least sneak in a mile in there. So I'm just going to fill up their water bottles and then we'll go from there. It is currently 12:27 and we actually have to go pick up my car at 1 o'clock because I hit a deer. And of course I hit the deer right before we have this trip. So I hit this deer, now we had to get my car fixed. Luckily it didn't do crazy damage, more body work than anything. So we got it fixed and then it's officially ready and we have to pick it up at 1 o'clock today. So we're gonna go head out and do that. And then when I come back home, I'm gonna try and give you guys a little deep dive of us, how we are prepping to start packing for Disney. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Alrighty, you guys, we have headed out and we are on the way to go pick up my car. And yeah, I kind of wanted to give you guys a little story time as to what happened with my car in the first place. But pretty much what happened was I was driving home late at night one night and a deer came out of nowhere. For those of you guys that don't know, we do live like in a mountain area, I guess you could say, where there's a lot more woods and there's just deer everywhere. But that was my first time ever hitting a deer and it was so it was so bad. I literally made Josh drive me back to the spot because I felt so bad for even hitting him in the first place. Luckily the deer was not on the ground or anything. I guess he ended up getting up and he was okay. But safe to say I was traumatized, and luckily too I was not going that fast. I think I was only doing like 25, maybe 30 max.
What was that? Okay, James.
It wasn't even that bad, but I did knock out my headlight, so that's what we had to replace. And then just a little indent like near the headlight as well. So yeah, nothing too crazy, not a lot of body work, but it is all mainly just body work that we had to get fixed. And now we're picking it up. But go figures that this happens right before we have a big trip. I just feel like, would it really be a vacation if you didn't have something come up right before you had to leave? So yeah. Alrighty, you guys, we are in the basement now and we got home, pretty much showered. Honestly, nothing crazy. Kids are asleep right now though, so that is pretty exciting. And I wanted to take you guys into some of our like Disney prep stuff so that you guys can get some tips and tricks if you guys are going to Disney as well. Like I said before, this is our first family vacation, so we are just so excited, and Josh and I are just making sure that we are doing everything in the book that we need to be doing, especially for a road trip with the kids. It's just crazy. So we have a bunch of stuff that we actually got off Amazon. Majority of our stuff that you guys will be seeing in this video is from Amazon. We're on a budget, but at the same time, we're trying to put money into things like that are definitely needing with quality, such as our suitcases, and honestly anything that we're gonna really be traveling with like long term. So that's why a lot of things that you see in this video, some things may be a little bit pricey, but some things may be on the cheap side. And as of now, we haven't traveled with any of this stuff yet, so I really can't even judge the quality. But once we come back, I could definitely do a deep dive on that and see what held up during the trip and what we'll probably be missing next time we go on a trip. Without further ado, let me get into this because I'm so excited. Alrighty, so these are the suitcases. We went with the Traveler's Choice. Yeah, Traveler's Choice, and we got these off of Amazon. They are so huge, you guys. They do have 4 wheels at the bottom and a little security latch as well for your items. We did test out the wheels. Don't ask how we tested them out, but just know we tested these puppies out and they are going very smooth when we push them around. We also did get 2 overnight bags off of Amazon as well, which they're just little book bags. I have been using mine like religiously for ever since we got it actually, and I genuinely do love them. They're so awesome. When we hit our first hotel, we are only going to be taking the little overnight book bags out, and these puppies are going to be staying in the car. Whenever we pack the overnight bags and then the suitcases, I'm going to have to make sure that I pull out any of the outfits that we're going to need for the hotel, for that first rest stop that we're doing, and also emergency outfits for the kids in case, you know, one of them gets sick. And yeah, so this is Josh's suitcase. As you can see, nothing packed. Our suitcase is literally fully packed, so I wasn't even going to do a whole deep dive of that. But so many pockets on this suitcase. We have this one, we have these 2, which this one's like more of a privacy pocket. This is just some more mesh. I genuinely love how much space is in this. Believe it or not, I was able to fit literally all of my clothes in here, and I'll show you how, because there's a little trick on that. And then the kids have this side in our suitcase, well, in my and the kids' suitcase. The kids and I are sharing a suitcase. Josh is mainly going to have his own suitcase, and then he's going to have any like extra things that we're going to take, such as like sheets for the pack and plays and pillows, things like that. If we can fit it in here, that would be ideal. These other little mesh, more mesh, honestly, I'm not a fan of the mesh because sometimes they break, but we'll see how they hold up for this trip. And then you could just unclip it, and then more storage down here, which I genuinely love. So as I mentioned before, I was able to fit the kids' clothes and my clothes all into one suitcase. And the biggest tip as to how I was able even to do that, first and foremost, I am a very type A person. I think my mom kind of like installed some OCD in me. For this case, it's definitely a blessing because the first thing that I told myself I was going to be getting was travel organizer. We got these off Amazon, and these were a little bit more on the pricey side. More pricey for what we were trying to spend on little organizer like cubes, but ideally these were definitely going to be worth it. So like for his pants, his shorts, things like that are gonna risk being wrinkled if we just throw them in a suitcase, I ideally just wanted them to be in like a more compact, nice little cube. So these are the cubes, and he got black, I got gray, but these things are so cool. There's like a light gray zipper here and then the dark gray zipper here. With that dark zipper, it actually kind of like collapses the cubicle. It actually gives you like an inch of space. So what I did was I did wash and iron all of our clothes, and they were able to lay super, super flat. Like these shirts, they're not ironed just yet, but I'm telling you, once they're ironed, they're literally like so flat. So I have to iron those shirts. But once you stack up the cubicle, like once you fill it up, you can just close it up, and then you can kind of like flatten it out. And these are awesome. Honestly, all you could do is just then literally take it and just load it right in there. And look at how much space you actually have in your suitcase. Look at this. Just look at that. And this, I believe, is actually like 5 shirts, 2 sets like of shorts and a t-shirt combo all in here. So that's actually 8 shirts, 2 shorts in here, and they just fit, and they didn't even take up all that much space, and we don't have to risk them getting wrinkled on the way to Florida. You guys, I wanted to make sure that I was actually giving out the correct information, but these are actually the Alar Hike packs. Alar Hike 10-pack compression packs. So they're actually compression packs. They're not cubicles like what I was saying. Comes with a shoe bag in case you're traveling with multiple shoes, things like for bulkier clothes. If you have bulkier clothes that you're traveling with, comes with a separate one such as like puffy jackets, vests, maybe sweatpants. Then it comes with its own toiletry bag, which this is actually really cool. I have my own toiletry bag, and then unfortunately Josh has been like sharing my toiletry bag, and I just always feel so bad because I feel like we're just like compacting all of our stuff in there, which this will definitely be nice. Next is a separate cubicle for underwear, socks, tank tops, maybe like wife beaters, things like that. So yeah. I don't like calling men's tank top wife beaters. What's up with that, by the way? Does anybody know why we call them wife beaters? Does everybody call them wife beaters? I don't know. That's what everyone calls them over here. We'll just say men's tank tops. And then a laundry bag. The laundry bags are definitely going to come in clutch when we do our little like rest stop hotel, because that one is definitely going to be like us after being like 10 hours in a car, so definitely going to need a laundry bag at some point. Since we are also going to Florida, and with Florida weather, especially in July and August, it is like storm zone over there, literally storm every hour. I remember the one year we went and we literally had a storm at least every 2 hours. Did end up getting some rain ponchos. We still have to look for a rain protector for our new stroller that we got. It's like a side-by-side stroller. So I'm gonna see if I can go on Amazon and try and find something for the double stroller, because if it rains and our stroller gets wet, I know that's gonna be so uncomfortable for the kids. So I want to see if I can get like something that goes over the kids' side just to make sure that they're all good. Next is road trip stuff. So anything that we are using and utilizing in the car, which honestly, you guys, we still have so much more stuff coming in the mail, especially for the kids, because being that we have a 12-hour car ride, it's going to be a lot. We are going to start off with entertainment. We do have a lot of toys coming in. We got this idea from another influencer on YouTube who travels to Disney very frequently, does the car trips as well. And she gave us the idea to do little mystery toys for every hour of the trip. So we have a 10-hour to 12-hour car trip. So we're going to pack like 12 toys. And some of them could be fun activities. Some of them can do like redos of toys that they already have. But if you wrap them up into like a little like surprise little goodie bag, it just lets the kids have like a little bit more fun in the car, like a little mystery game for them. And yeah, I'm actually really excited to do that because this is like our first, like I said, first family trip. So I feel like we're gonna try this out and see if the kids actually like it. The one thing that we do actually have right now for car entertainment for the kids are these little lap desks. We actually love these. We tried these out when we went to Jones Beach, and it was about like a 2-hour car ride, 2.5-hour car ride. All that it is a little desk that goes over their lap when they're in the car seat, and they have all these little pockets. As you can see, Esme already loves them. She has a little whiteboard on top as well, which we did try to tell them to draw only on the plastic, but there's only so much you can do. And we got Bruno a little space one as well with little astronauts on it. Bruno is a big space guy. The only thing that I will say on those little lap desks is the markers that come with the stuff, they dry out. They're so dried out. Maybe we got a bad batch, but honestly, even like Bruno's markers were really dried out. So I think that before we get on the road for Florida, I'm just gonna pick up like a pack of multicolor like Expo markers, the little like skinny ones, and then hopefully that can at least entertain them for a little bit. But yeah, that was like the only bad thing, was just the markers were so dried out. But it's not like the end of the world. I feel like overall the quality of those lap desks, they were able to eat off of it so good. The tray was actually able to hold all of their food. So yeah, it was really nice. And this one is a little crazy, but here's a little story time. And I feel like this is gonna be like the only time that I'll ever really discuss something like this online. Because me personally, I feel like potty time or anything of that sort is very private. So that's just not something that like I like to share. To make a long story short, one of my toddlers does not like going into public bathrooms. I'm not gonna say who, I'm not gonna say what, but they just don't like going into public bathrooms. The toilets that flush are very loud, and honestly the air blowers, they just get scared of it. So for whatever reason, they do not like going into the public bathroom. And honestly, Josh and I have tried so hard to try with them to get it to work, but I feel like we're just scaring them more of using the potty in general. So we are gonna just scrap doing the whole going inside the public bathroom, especially for potties that are dirty and things like that. We just decided to get a car potty. So it is a collapsible car potty, which if you like twist it, it comes down and then you can actually like lock it. It's a pretty big potty, honestly. And then when you're done, you just collapse it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We got this off Amazon, and the crazy thing is I was gonna get bags for it, but it already came with its own bags. So you just put one of these liner bags in there, and then they are all good. We are going to be taking this potty with us, and honestly, you guys, I feel like it's a little silly if people are like, that's so gross, this and that. It's a potty. I will actually refer to this compared to going into a public restroom that's disgustingly like neglected, and then you're worrying about other things rather than like, you know, just comfortability. Anyway, so yeah, portable potty for the go. And yeah, we're gonna have to have like a little potty station set up in the car, because I think overall it's just gonna be easier if we have like a little potty station. Pretty much everything as of now that we have for Florida. Majority of our clothes are coming from online. So when we do get the clothes, they just smell like harsh plastic. So because of that, I've just been washing all of our clothes and just ironing all of them, which kind of helps it get a little flat. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that we have as of now. And of course, I'm going to be updating you guys as we do more and more things once we get closer to the vacation day. So yeah, that's it.